Look at that. We can look at some heroes and stuff. That's pretty dope.
I actually think it's the other side that has to death ball. I think Team Spirit has to be able to death ball pretty quickly too.
Oh, yeah?
Like with Bristle, Pango, Dazzle, and Witch Doctor against a Quap, until your anti-mage gets like Abyssal, how do you kill Quap or Ember?
Yeah. Does feel like they're
a real
going to have
question.
to stay grouped up just to avoid getting picked off nonstop.
Yeah, and they have no catch themselves. Their best catch this game is Witch Doctor Cask.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And let me say, it's really bad against Nature's Prophet. Because there's just so many things. There's like 18 trains. You had to be so unlucky. I'm saying like Quap and Ember there with like 4 Treants. And if you get permastun, like, congrats to you. You're the best player in the world.
Meanwhile, on the other side, they've got Ember Spirit and Earthshaker, 2 of the better catch heroes out there. I feel like this anti-mage, he's going to have to do a lot of split pushing. He's going to have to take some risks.
I don't even hate Necrophos against anti-mage that much.
Yeah.
Because you have a mechanic to survive against them, too.
Yeah, and it's not like the anti-mage is going to be going Nullifier anytime soon.
He's going to go Abyssal, so unless he, like, Abyssal jumps you, but the point is that hopefully Earthshaker will be there for him to just fissure off. I don't know. I kind of feel like Alliance should win. Maybe Dota's a weird game right now where you can snowball a win in 15 minutes. So it's hard to say if they will win. Like, those are 2 entirely different things.
And there's going to be some weird things happening in the mid lane because Urgon's going to be doing the pulling.
This is what you typically do when you don't think it's a winnable lane. And as somebody who played this lane before, it's not.
I imagine most melees are in a world of suffering against that. Bunch of Magos and some regen. Urgon's going to be doing this until some support tells him to knock it off. And that's what Earthshaker's going to be doing. Hey, that's our first blood. Well,
did Zibe like DC or something?
I don't know. He was just standing there, right-clicking.
Yeah, and then he didn't even try running back, and then he was dead.
Maybe he just, he just read it, and he was like, well, there's no way I can run away from this damage. Let me just output some damage
Maybe
first.
He was poisoned or something.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm not sure.
Not going for that next wave? No, he's not. Urgon. He's going to miss a wave now. Fisher's still on cooldown, so he could use the healing salve if he wants to, or he's going to... Wait, where is he going? Where are you going, Urgon? Okay, now he's going to hide. Pop his healing salve.
Yes, sir.
I mean, before there was no Fisher. Fisher was on cooldown, so I don't know what kind of damage he could have taken, but is it worth it? Like, you miss an entire wave in order to do this creep cutting stuff. So you're missing out on the experience, but you're getting more gold, presumably.
I think it's worth it. Otherwise you'd get like half your wave denied anyways.
Yeah.
By Queen of Pain.
Okay.
So I think that's the logic.
And he does manage to snipe the courier. That's Nico Baby's courier. And I believe... No, that's still being drug over from the other side. I was wondering if he was ever going to take the top wave away from them. I'd be so mad if I was Emergent and all of a sudden, a wave is just taken by the mid laner. But Urgon's just kiting him around so he can group them up to more efficiently clear them with quills.
I don't actually know if this is worth Limp's time.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think it's mega not worth. But he got this like pretty stick build. He wants to like do something with it.
And sadly, that stick remains rather empty. Well, the top lane Dazzle should be able to put in some decent work. The poison up against the Ember Spirit, and then you throw down some swashbuckle hits as well to prolong that poison even further.
Dude, the Bristle's net worth is so bad because he's just buying mangoes. All of his money.
He has to buy a lot of regen in order to keep doing this.
There's always money in the banana stand. There's just he's bought clarities, mangoes. I guess this is like what he thinks is the best possible option, and it remains to be seen whether it is. And he is getting, like, CS-wise, he's going to look good.
I mean, at some point in time, he can start farming neutrals with these pulls as well, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it'll become more efficient as time goes on. S4 at bottom lane, 17-1 compared to the 21-2 of the anti-mage, but he's still doing better than our Dazzle. So
this is actually going a lot better than I expected for AM.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I thought that AM would be able to get clicked down. Like, I think if you just block the wave and then you force the AM to, like, level blink or something under, and then you just hit him, like, 19 times, doesn't that?
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Limp's going to find a refill on his bottle because
you're never going to win.
Totally
You're not going to. What are you going to do doing this? You're not fighting runes. I just thought about like the concept of him going for runes here.
Afterlife going to be in trouble here, and he has no shallow grave. He's going to quickly TP out, but
He's
it's not
dead.
going to be good enough. He's too squishy for all that. A sleight of fist quickly brings him down. Now he's going to have to do the walk of shame back immersion. The 4 position will have to take some of the CS instead. See if he farms up that hard camp for once. Yeah, he's going to try to do it now. Of course, the creeps do not aggro onto that wave, so you're doing it purely with the quills. They can't tank it up for you. Oh, that courier's dead.
He's got it.
Got it.
All right.
That's a
I
big
guess
pickup.
Limp did not know that the quills were going to kill that. That's his boots. This is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, certainly. The boots would have helped him in trying to harass this bristleback and doing all this nonsense. Could allowed him to much more easily move back and throw out a dagger and then back in the lane again over and over again. He is doing a good job CSing under tower. 35-3 despite, all this stuff. He's going to throw out the Sonic Wave. Finally, he's done with Urgon shenanigans. He's got the experience advantage, so he puts it to good use.
I'm not sure what Urgon expected by being there with that low of HP. Like, eventually you were going to get punished for that.
Yeah.
I don't know when, but eventually he was.
Misha shows up to Afterlife's lane to try and help out. They do get an easy kill on to Zibe, and they'll kill some treants for their time as well.
This is still not a good lane for Afterlife at all.
Sir.
And he's just dead.
Don't take the tower.
All right, Nico Baby's he's a killer. He's not on the win condition in this game, though. I think anti-mage is. Like, it's a better AM game than it is a Ember game, but this AM has to also be, like, very slotted.
Yeah.
All right, they're
Misha's
just feeding him kills.
Afterlife's dead. What's going on in this top lane?
They're 2v3ing and winning.
It's a 1 disable lane.
But that disable...
Apparently it's just slaughtering
It's
them.
too much.
It's killing all of them. They're all dying.
Don't think about it too much. Just kind of let it happen.
All right, just roll with the punches here. An early earn for Nico Baby.
Nico Baby's massive right now.
Yeah, he's going to have a very fast Spirit Vessel. And that is going to make the game so much harder for the Bristleback, which so much of this Team Spirit lineup depends upon.
And my question here is, like, this is most likely, just judging by how Alliance plays, going to be a safe lane Ember Spirit. If that's the case, like, and you had, I think they, how many picks did they have to address it? Didn't they second pick it? Wasn't it NP Ember or something? I feel like you had enough time to address it for sure.
Yeah. Going forward, trying to do some damage. They're going to take all the mana from S4. Now, good Fisher is going to allow S4 to walk some distance away, but he will eventually tick out. They did not give it to the Anti-Mage. Misha took it instead.
Now Zippy's here.
Oh, this is going to be potentially big rotation from Limp. They only get the 1 kill, though. The AM did have his blink back up. 2K net worth for Alliance, but the mid tower is going to be sacrificed for it. It looks like it's been taking a lot of damage from all of the pulling that Urgon was doing. Over the top lane, Afterlife, who's only level 4 against Nico Baby 6. It's a rough time out there. Nico Baby, he's going to try and go for that kill. He misses the slight. Nice dodge by Afterlife, moving up and to the left.
Yeah, but still a cool move by him to try to put some pressure on. And the regen rune gets canceled too by Limp.
Yeah.
Well done. Did he deny the tower?
That's a good question. Misha kills S4 again. They are struggling in that bottom lane.
They did not get the tower deny. He does cancel the regen rune, which is more than anything just tilting.
Yeah.
Like, I would just be kind of annoyed right now. I don't even know if the tower's worth it at this point.
But it was like a big play that Urgon was able to take that mid tower so early. You said part of their lineup is going to have to death ball at some point. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm not the biggest fan of not S or Limp's rotation towards bottom. I think you only make that if Zibe's willing to go mid and pull the creep wave off the tower.
Yeah.
if that's not the case, I think Limp's job, his real job, is to keep the creep wave going in mid lane. I talked about it with some people that I was trying to teach Dota to, and I was saying, like, it's not about whether or not you lose mid tower. It's like what the enemy has to invest to get it, and them just investing a bristle, just right-clicking it to death.
Yeah.
It's not that big of an investment. So I would say even though the gold is slightly in favor of Alliance, this game is slightly in favor of Spirit, because now they've opened up a large portion of the map. If they can get this top tier 1 tower, the anti-mage will have all the space in the world to farm everywhere. And so what I'd like to see from Alliance is actually, for once, I'd like to see people to defend this tower.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they will go for. I think this is why Nico Baby is playing so aggressively up at top.
I mean, defending your safe lane tower is more advantageous when you've taken the enemy off lane tower too, right?
Yes, sir.
Because there's less TP points to be able to work around and such. It's more punishing when they're pushed back.
And Misha's just dead.
Misha's dead, and the pressure commences from Alliance, but we're going to Anti-Mage jump forward, steal some of the mana away from Hanskin. Nico Baby's not going to let up, though. Misses out on the chains. A little awkward there. Afterlife searching for somewhere to recover, it seems like.
Why would he need to recover? He's so farmed.
He's below S4 in net worth. Not quite level 6 yet, as we are about to hit that 10-minute marker. Wonder if he's going to ask for the tome.
Does he deserve it, though? Oh, he's dead.
Yeah. Oh, if they can actually just block him up a little bit more. Where's S4?
I thought he had to block.
Where's the Reaper Scythe? Oh. Too bad. S4 is not level 6 either. Boy,
I thought he had to block, though,
suffering
on the tree.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. No, for some reason, I thought Limp might be there, too.
Urgon's going to hard defend his safe lane tower as well, it seems. So they've got similar ideas here.
It's more problematic, though, that they can't do anything to this Ember Spirit who's pushing.
Yeah.
And realistically, what can they do, Cap?
No stuns.
Yeah, if you have no stuns, let me say.
Hey, Rolling Thunder, that's one of their stuns, but they're trying to chain it onto Limp right now, but he's going to be able to blink away before he's found. Swashbuckle forward, maybe? Oh, Diraki's looking for it. They have the Swashbuckle, but no Lucky Shot procs to slow him down long enough, and a Fissure to intercept. Anti-Mage will not be able to use his big ultimate. He was ready to go.
A 10% chance maybe if AM gets the vision there and he gets his Mana Void off. He dies, but nice Fissure from Hanskin to absolutely ensure that Limp does not die for that. That would have been a pretty big kill for the AM. And Nico Baby, he just continues to get bigger and bigger. He's unimpeded. I really like that he just really aggressively took that top tower and he forced everyone out of it.
Yeah.
At that point, nobody wants to go up there, and so the mid defense happens. But I think this rotation mid is really nice and game winning. He's giving his team a better chance by putting pressure on this mid wave because he knows nobody wants to come gank him. It's a waste of time, and most likely you'll die. But somebody's got to be here, and I'd like to see them just group up as 3, defend this tower, and then have Anti-Mage come back in.
What's our Queen of Pain's skill build, by the way? Because it should be maxed out Blink by now, yeah.
Yeah. And
so there's another really mobile hero.
Yeah, look at this. You want to defend this tower. This is like one of the few games where I think you really don't want this tower to die.
And they do have the Reaper sign. Lay it out on Urgon here. Easy kill for S4. Bit of recovery for him, and a timeout for the Bristleback.
Because now you can force this Anti-Mage into his own jungle / bottom.
Yeah.
And if you get a ward down, you're going to limit most of the space that he has. Because Bristle isn't a typical space creator. Bristle's like the kind of space creator that farms and pushes out waves, which is exactly what Anti-Mage wants to do. So there's some overlap here. And Limp with a nice combo gives him no time to react with the Shallow Grave. Easy peasy.
Well, his Core Dazzle might as well be support at this point.
Yeah. And I think Nico Baby, I know I talked about him a lot, but I want to highlight this move. Like, he's skipping the wave, and he's drawing as much attention here as possible. And he started to realize, like, nothing can touch him.
Yeah.
So why not just do this? Why not abuse your position as the strongest hero in the game? I think a lot of people or carries would just be farming their jungle right now. But he's putting pressure on the map for his team, which I think is really effective.
Now he's going to come down to the bottom lane. Unfortunately, he's too late. Now he's out of mana, so he's got to be careful. Does have some bottle charges, plus 12 magic wand charges in there as well. So
yeah, they're up 4K, and we talked about how the meta is so snowbally, and you've got to be careful here. I think Anti-Mage got to be careful.
And now he's going to be Spirit Vessel. They do have Misha to be able to come in, and the cast, it's actually going to bounce back onto him with the Death Ward out. Nico Baby is the one who dies instead. A bit unfortunate that that RNG of that last cast bouncing out really screwed him there.
That was quite the gold pickup. They gained 1,200 gold for that.
Holy crap.
Don't build streaks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to, if I'm a 5, I'm just going to start running down lanes.
Start suiciding, yeah.
And
you get 2 kills, time to die.
Game's done. That's pretty insane.
It's kind of a weird time in Dota right now. 6,600 net worth for the Queen of Pain. Ember Spirit at 5,900. Behind him, the Animage and Bristleback. Both the offlane are suffering, but S4 is actually given space to be able to farm up. So his game will recover. I feel like Afterlife's won't.
And if you're wondering why Ergon is pushing out this top wave, it's because he realizes he needs to create this space for Anti-Mage. And I'd like to see Alliance just keep doing this. Because they're not going to bring... eventually, they're going to have to bring 4 heroes to do this. They really don't want to. But if you keep killing Ergon like this, it's going to be worth it for you.
And now even though he was dead, they used the Reaper Scythe. Put him on Death Timer for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Like, he's the real hero you want to pressure out. Because the Anti-Mage is hard limited by the amount of farm until that tower gets taken.
Limp, he's going to blink into this one, but immediately they have the Rolling Thunder out with the Maledict. Is going to come back. The Sonic Wave pushes the ball to the side here. Limp is going to be able to blink finally and dodge it. Merchant jumps to the other side here, goes for a quick TP out. Do they have the damage? They have to disable. They do have the chains, and Limp will pick up the kill.
I think they're just getting ran over a little bit too hard right now.
Yeah.
Alliance are doing a very good job of pushing the tempo, aside from that like one kind of silly death by Nico Baby at bottom where they outplayed him. The rest of their heroes are getting pretty good farm. Something funny, by the way, about S4's build. I noticed a lot of Necrophoses, they like to get the treads, but then they'll get mech. But you're hard limited because you can... Like, if you want to get Greaves, I feel like it's just a waste of gold.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm always down to see the double boot slots, but it seems like a 250 gold inefficiency.
Orchid, Spirit Vessel, so many things to be able to deal with Ergon, but he's still able to tank through most of it, and he still has the 20 magic stick charges. He's got to wait for that Spirit Vessel to fade away, though, to really make good use of it. And they will not have the damage to chase him down. This time
got
it
him
works.
Real low, though.
Because he does have his team behind him.
All right, so I think they should 4-man and push top. Would be my, Dr. Bliss's recommended solution. Not a doctor, by the way.
Seven to 12, 6,000 net worth leads. Spot the ward on the high ground. Are they going to go for that push top? It looks like Afterlife's like, I finally got my Necronomicon. Let me just farm. But they need a space to be able to do so, because the more farm they take on their side of the map, the less the Animage has to work with.
Everybody farm.
Maybe Animage is going to join them. He's got his Battle Fury, though.
No. Let him farm. He's the real farmer. This is where the timer really begins now for Alliance.
Yeah.
Anti-Mage's Battle Fury. What can you do during this time period? Because you are playing 4v5. In fact, it's more like 1v4v3. I don't know. Ergon just kind of dies.
Yeah. It feels like he doesn't have too many allies to help him out.
Oh, boy. And Limp already has an Orchid, so Anti-Mage has to be careful. And they continue to defend that top tower. If you cannot defend your mid tower, defend your safe lane tower. That's the next goal.
Get the deny?
Nah, dog. Keep this thing alive forever.
I mean, it's an Anti-Mage. You know he's going to go for the back door.
He's going to die then.
Is he?
Nope.
No.
I mean, feel like he's dead.
Well, he stuck around too long, unless...
That's not his fault.
He jukes them with the blink, and he does.
Nice. I thought that limp was closer. I thought they were going to do like chains in Orchid and then
yeah,
bang,
I'm
bang.
surprised they didn't wait a second.
It's all good.
Pipe, Lotus Orb next for Urgon. He needs a way to deal with the Spirit Vessel. You can bounce back the Reaper Scythe, Blitz, on a full HP Necrophos.
That's pretty sick.
That's the standard. Immersion gets caught out. Was that the combo? Looks like that was the Sonic Wave, plus the DD being used.
Every single time they run into somebody, it's a kill now.
Yeah.
So Spirit is on some sort of cat and mouse chase where none of their supports really have like instant stuns. And now Anti-Mage might be dead.
That Reaper Scythe isn't going to be enough, but the Fisher stun with the Orchid.
He
That'll
needed
be
Dazzle
enough.
there.
Dazzle, just a bit too late.
I don't know.
I mean, he's focused on his farming of his Necronomicon.
Yeah,
man.
for whatever reason, that death really bothered me because I feel like Anti-Mage knew that they were there. He just lost heroes. And if he wanted to show up there, I feel like Afterlife has to just sit behind him.
Yeah.
They can't all... like, Spirit's just all farming and saying, this is fine. Like, we'll win.
Yeah.
And maybe they will, but I also don't think this is how they'll do it.
Rolling Thunder with the cast. This was nicely timed.
Wow.
They'll get the chains done. Really well done. A mega kill streak for them for Afterlife. 651 gold.
Man, Misha is, like, kind of carried this game.
Yeah, he's had some really sick turnarounds. That one on Nico Baby.
I think he's
very
been in
important.
all but, like, one of their kills as a Witch Doctor 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in 7 out of their 8 kills, and it's really just been him going insane with the casks.
Urgon's in trouble. He needs his team to help him out. He's, please, boys, for once, play around me, and they do get the shallow grave, so he's going to feel okay for now. He may take out from Nico Baby. Any damage left, the Spirit Vessel isn't going to be good enough. They actually healed him
Where's
up
Limp at?
just before the damage came in, and Limp,
He's dead.
he's
your
dead.
only way to kill this Anti-Mage. Where you at, Limp?
Well, another good fight for Team Spirit, finding it after the pick off on the Queen of Pain. Zibe, he says, I want to turn into a core 2, boys. Everyone's going to farm.
This is my jam.
Oh, I thought he had the Maelstrom queued up. Looks like it's now Lotus Orb. Disappointed. Do
Remember
some
what Puppy
digging,
said
dog.
yesterday?
Do some digging. That's a bounty rune. I guarantee it. If you dig right now, it's a bounty rune.
You know what I hate doing by accident is when I start digging and I accidentally cancel it.
And
it's
you
the
know
worst.
that. You know it was a bounty rune too.
Yeah.
Or it was a much needed TP scroll.
It's always one or the other.
Yeah.
Limp, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when Limp comes for you?
Oh no, why'd you
Orchid?
ditch him?
Shadow Strike. Okay, he's gonna come back though. Don't worry, brother. I won't leave you behind.
He shouldn't.
Scares him away a little bit. But Misha may
now
still
you
take
should.
out Nico Baby's gonna get the slight that
Poor
kills him.
Misha. He's trying. Oh, Courier died. With almost like... Wait, what killed the
killed it?
Courier? I think the creeps killed it.
Yeah, I think they did.
The creeps had to have killed it.
Yeah. Well, that's awkward.
Huh. Sucks for Nico, baby.
But it's a big win for teams.
That was straight up just like an Imclaw and his Deso. Yikes.
Oh, if you pop out on this, maybe they're too far away.
That's suicidal.
Hanskin has started to walk away, and Limp is a bit far too, so quickly kills the creep wave and poof. Into the corner of the map he goes. TP's bottom, and Animage will continue his run around the map. Is Alliance doing enough? Are they pressuring enough? I feel like it's kind of lit up on the gas the last 5 minutes.
I think they should have grown their lead right now.
Yeah. It's too bad they don't have a lineup that can do Roshan readily.
Yeah, they've been stuck at around this like 5 to 6K gold lead for some time now, for the past like 5 minutes, which means that this Anti-Mage is even farming. Because Alliance should have more on the map to farm.
Yeah.
Aghanim Scepter, second item by Necrophos, have not seen that very often. It means that you have perma Ghost Shroud, and we talked about how Anti-Mage doesn't really kill this hero.
Yep.
Plus, I think it's good against... They almost all have physical. Pango is dead.
Got the Orchid onto Pango, so he is going to fall here. But Misha's going to go for the counter kill. Hanskin does manage to get off the Echo Slam, but the damage is too much
Get him
for
out.
him. Misha's
Get him
surrounded
out.
by trees,
No.
and Misha's trying to bail him out. He tried to cut a path open for him. Nico Baby is hunting for the aim right now, and he spotted him for a moment, but the blink is up yet again. And
That's a good teammate, though.
Yes.
He tried to get him out.
He tried.
That was...
A glyph being used to stop him from killing this creep wave because they want to get an objective out of this. And fortunately, with that glyph and the saved creep wave, they'll manage to hit the tier 2.
That wasn't bad, though. Misha, again, just... He's really their only damage dealer right now. If Spirit end up winning this game, this will be one of the few big comebacks that I've seen in this patch.
Yeah.
Where an enemy team has decided to match aggression with just farm. So far, we just haven't seen that strategy work out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think that's part of the reason why not just the net worth change, where kill streaks give you more gold than net worth, but I think the pace of the game is why Alchemist is back in the game and back in the meta so heavily.
Yeah.
Because if you need to win around this mark, nobody has more farm than he does at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You're like 2 items behind or ahead of any other carry.
And if you do die, then the
Who cares?
team net worth that you're ahead over the enemy, that's no longer a factor.
I saw an
comeback
out that
mechanism.
had almost the same net worth as the enemy 3 cores give up 300 gold when he died yesterday, which I think is insane.
Yeah, that's pretty.
All right, so Anti-Mage now has Manta, so he cannot die to the Queen of Pain or the Ember Spirit by themselves. They have to go and kill him together.
Yeah, and which is really difficult because he mantas off, then he throws out the spell shield afterwards. What they really need is the Earthshaker. That will be more of the guarantee.
Well, I think
Urgon's going to
dead
be chased down here. The Lotus Orb goes off on him, but no one is playing with the boy.
Someone's got to die to make this happen, baby.
I guess so.
You don't want to see how the eggs are made. Is that the phrase?
Yeah, something like that.
Sausage. Thank you, Slime. I believe that was Slime. I don't know why I said eggs.
I think you were mixing it with the other one. You got to crack a few eggs.
Yeah, I think I messed up like 4 analogies in one.
You gotta crack a few eggs to make a sausage. It's 10-19, and that net worth lead, it's dwindled away a little bit, but Alliance will secure an objective here unless Team Spirit are gonna do something drastic. Immersion, been blinked on, blinks away, and Hanskin's gonna try and chase him down. They want to make sure that Immersion doesn't do something wild, like rolling into the
Don't do anything
pit.
crazy, buddy. They're chasing him hard.
Yeah, they really are, and he's doing a good job staying
This
one
is
step
space.
ahead of them, and
Look
this
at
is
bottom.
delaying
Yeah, they
the
had to go back.
Roshan. They had to stop it.
And now Anti-Mage is going to come forward. I imagine he
It's low.
left a Remnant, right? He had to have left a Remnant behind.
Yeah,
I think if anything, they camped the Remnant.
Oh, they're not going to go for it. Instead, they're going to try
Wait,
and go
what?
for the fast Roshan kill here. S4. He
There's
knows
no
he's
way they're gonna
inside.
get away with
No,
this. What
the
are they
Echo
doing?
Slam, what are you doing?
What
They
are
just
you
jump inside the
doing?
pit. The Reaper's side is protected by the shallow grave. And Urgon, he does manage to snatch up the Aegis. So Animage got out, and Urgon claimed the Aegis. It wasn't the worst thing in the world,
It
but
was.
it could
They're
have
gonna
been
lose
so
4
much
heroes.
better.
I have no idea what the idea was there.
I don't know either, man.
Why not just camp the Remnant?
All right, guys, here's the play.
We'll all stack
we
up
all 5-man
in this like
inside the Roshan pit
2,000
against
HP
Earthshaker.
roach that they know is low. They saw the Remnant, surely, right? What was that? What was the plan there? This is not in moments of brilliance. This is not in moments of brilliance.
Brought to you by Intel.
This is
well, Hanskin had a moment of brilliance at least.
They saw the Remnant and they all just decided. I guess they forgot that Ember Spirit could just do this.
And they forgot Earthshaker was a hero?
I have no idea.
That Earthshaker benefited. He gets stronger the closer in proximity you are to your allies.
That was insane. That was straight up. I mean, it was cool.
But it was
You don't
insane.
get really good plays without seeing like some the team has to give it to you. You know, it takes 2 to tango. But yeah, straight up, that was.
It takes
was
5.
not the play.
It takes 5 to make an Echo Slam. So
True.
Well, as a result, that could have been the game changer, but instead, Alliance have just solidified their lead now. Almost 9K, a pick off on Immersion here is going to be bailed out by the Shallow Grave, but there's probably going to be some point of damage that comes in. Guardian Greaves.
Oh no, he Lotus
heals
Orbed
from the Dazzle is going to be good enough too.
He Lotus Orbed the wrong target though.
Yeah.
I mean, this anti-mage is trying real hard, friends. They've taken no Aegis, so he's just farming around. He's still top net worth. If anti-mage gets like 4 more minutes, he can carry this game.
Yeah. Shout out to Afterlife, though. That could have been a total disaster, but him getting off the Shallow Grave onto the anti-mage, preventing the Reaper's Scythe from killing the AM was massive.
It did get him killed himself because he stuck around, but, you know, bigger priorities.
Gotta hold somebody's farm up. The Basher is almost done for the Anti-Mage, and he's got his Blink cooldown up, so he is now going to be all over the map. Faster and faster and faster. But Nico, baby, he doesn't want to let him do it, and this is, this is their ward.
Honestly,
Team Spirit, very smart.
If Anti-Mage's like friends aren't behind by like 20k, he might do this.
Manta? Blink, which direction he goes. He goes down back to his ward area so he can see where everybody else is, and Hanskin's chasing after him, but
he's fine.
His blink takes a bit longer.
Also, Nico baby's out of mana. So can't chase even if he wanted to. Would potentially die, actually.
Misha. Zibe, they're going to spot him here. Gets off the Maledict, but he's immediately orchided. So no chance for Death Ward, but Limp, he goes in. Echo Sam goes out, and they actually chain stun up Direct. He's going to be able to blink away, yes, but the rest of his team not so lucky. He may try and go back in for the Mana Void opportunity against Limp. He knows he's rather low on mana after a couple of swipes earlier. And all those spells being used, he's thinking about it, but there's too many heroes here. He's going to back up, but he's going to run into Ember Spirit here. He burns him out of mana. Another blink away. Nico baby not going to be able to pursue, but maybe somebody else can. Never mind. They're all just too slow to this level 20 Anti-Mage, man. He becomes so quick. And his movement around the map, just unstoppable. 11,000 net worth lead for Alliance, but when are they going to be able to crack open the base? Because they haven't even shut down some of these tier 2 towers yet. Can they just outscale the Anti-Mage?
If the rest of his team continues to die, yeah. Because they disable usually determines whether or not you can get your damage off. Like, what's the point of having all this net worth if you have no stuns and they'll just kite you and kill you anyways?
So, you know, we've got Hanskin building up a Shadow Blade, a Scythe of Ice for the Necrophos. Like, we're going to have a wealth of disables for Alliance, whereas the side of Team Spirit, it's looking at their Anti-Mage and hoping for the best.
This 5 Nature's Prophet almost has a Hex, and that would be your way to deal with him. Like, the more disables you get on Alliance, the easier you're making life for yourself.
Okay, so his Shadow Blade may cut into the Sentry here. Yeah, he's going to run if he's spotted by it now. And Anti-Mage actually goes for a blink on top of him, but doesn't get the bash. Quickly deals with the Observer Ward, though. Alliance will know about that Tinker Ward, though. So they'll try and deal with it in their own due time. So Team Spirit going to rapidly move to the other side of the map here, and really need to put a stop to this Furion who keeps on pushing all the waves in. They're finally going to be able to get him. Paralyzing Cask, and he's all out of mana. And all out of health. As Direct uses his Mana Void.
Pretty good gold, though.
365? Yeah, not bad. Again, he almost has the same amount of farm as Afterlife, so. Hanskin, Shadow Blade up, right on top of the Anti-Mage. Is going to be able to lead off with the Fissure. The Reaper Scythe going up, but they didn't have the damage. The Shallow Grave did go down. That's why Hanskin retreated, knowing they weren't going to kill the AM anyway. He resets. That Rolling Thunder, though, doing so much work, has done a lot of damage to S4, and he's just dead. Maledict onto Nico baby as well, so he has to play a little bit back, but Limp is just going to charge forward. But they keep on healing up the AM more and more and more. Afterlife now pops the Shallow Grave on himself and TP's away. But Derek, he's going to go for the Limp, doesn't get a bash. Unfortunately, no luck there. I think his Mana Void's coming up in a few seconds' time, but another 15 for him. And I'm not sure if he can help out. Urgon here is going to be chased down. Hanskin gets in front of him, chain stuns, and Immersion. If he's not careful, he's getting caught as well. Yep. Got too close to them. Limp immediately looked for more and found a Pangolier.
And I think they might have been able to win that fight, but Anti-Mage got way too low. He got clipped barely at the edge of that Queen of Pain ulti. That wasn't even going for him. Maybe if he doesn't get hit by that, he can re-engage.
It's had unfortunate for him. He does almost have a big stat item, though. He's going for Scotty, which, not the Abyssal, which I'm a bit surprised. Just because I thought maybe he needed the extra lockdown. It did cost them a buyback from Zibe, though. So it's not much, but it's something for Team Spirit to hold on to.
That was almost his Hex, too, on Zibe.
Yeah.
Although he's almost got it again, just from like the sheer amount of staying alive he's doing.
Yeah, and his ultimate. He's got to cast it now to finish up that scythe. So there it is. Anti-Mage, one more thing he has to worry about here. And I am not convinced he's going to be able to do it alone. As for trying to build some defensive items now with the 4-staff pickup, he's having a hard time in these fights. Shivas for Urgon. Okay. I'll help slow down the damage.
Oh, by the way, when we were in the replay, apparently Anti-Mage apparently died. And we just didn't see it.
Huh?
You know, after the Roche kill?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they cut to a...
Oh, no. Well, that would explain why he's not farther ahead.
Yes.
He's died twice. Oh, man. Rough times. Spell Shield blink away, but the rest of his team isn't as agile as young Anti-Mage. He's going to be chained up before he can blink on a Nico Baby. He really wants to go for that kill. Nico Baby trying to protect himself by throwing out, but Dyrek, where's he going? He's looking for somebody else here, while the rest of Alliance just keeps on dancing away from him and focusing on the back line of Team Spirit. They've already killed the Witch Doctor. Now they're going for Urgon, and Anti-Mage is just running around. I think he realizes that this fight is already over. He's just going to go and cut some creep waves where he can. But Nico Baby, he's going to try and set up on him. Where's the Anti-Mage going to blink? They immediately scythe onto him. They follow it up with the Fissure. Sonic Wave now. And follow-up stun from there. Nico Baby gets the godlike. Anti-Mage trying to push his luck a bit too much there. Running down the mid lane. They only lost the Witch Doctor earlier. So Nico Baby getting 700 gold off of that.
They're just getting killed non-stop. Just way too much pressure on the map, and I think honestly they could have maybe done this if it wasn't for that weird Roche fight that they decided to take.
Yeah.
Where they got wiped.
Because an AM is not like, he's not the quintessential late game carry, right? He reaches a certain point of power, and unless you've got a lineup that can scale with him, he can get outscaled, as you're seeing from Alliance, just sheerly through net worth and items that can control the Anti-Mage. They've got answers. They've got plenty of them. A second Roshan. And they've got 20 seconds to do it. But their lineup, again, kind of sucks at it. So, feeling like they don't have enough time, I'm going to back up, grab this double damage rune. Meanwhile, 4-man smoke up. While the Anti-Mage is still dead, presuming he's going to try and join them as quick as possible, but Alliance is going to be able to find them first. He does have the Paralyzing Cast out onto Hanskin. Oh, up on the high ground, a Scythe of Ice popped onto Immersion. He's trying to get a good chain stun here onto one of these heroes, but he can't get off the cliff so easily. He opts out now, but Reaper's Scythe will finish him off pretty easily. He immediately buys back, but here comes Dyrek. He's going to try and go for it, but he's already been orchided up and is forced to use his Manta and blink away. Limp does too much damage with his DD. Urgon placing himself on the front lines, tries to go for the kill on S4, but he healed up. That Mana Void wasn't quite enough, and now Dyrek needs help. He does manage to get a jump in from Immersion, chain setting up Nico Baby, and they're keeping Dyrek alive. The Anti-Mage should be able to blink away now. He's waiting for his time to be able to go back in on a Nico Baby. Does
That's
manage
a
to get
godlike
the
spree
bash
for
there.
him.
A godlike spree, 1,000 gold there. A bash on Zibe would secure a third kill, but they don't get it. Boy, this Anti-Mage cannot get the bashes when he calls for them.
If they could have killed S4 too, maybe that could have been a huge turning point. But Roshan is up.
Yeah, Roshan is up. And Alliance, Team Spirit won't know this, but Alliance does not have buyback on these heroes. The Ember Spirit due to 100 gold and Hanskin due to 200. And they think to themselves, if we can just rush it this time around, Hanskin won't be there to stop us. But he may be able to TP onto the Shrine to S4. He's going to try and jump in and cause some chaos here. Limp is going to follow it up. He's
got
manage
the 25
to do something
fear
there with the fear. That's going to do a lot of work here. They already managed to get the side device as well as the Organ onto the Anti-Mage. They haven't finished up the Necrophos yet either. Derek, he's going to play the back line a little bit, just slowly finish off S4. And now jumping back in, goes straight for Zibe, but he's got to be careful of Hanskin. Once again, the fear pushes him into Hanskin for the follow-up stun. The Chan Totem. Zibe is going to be hit by the Rolling Thunder. Back and forth, they got a kill on this support. He's dead, and they know he doesn't have buyback. And Nico, baby, he surely would have been bought back if he had it. 10 more seconds left. That's enough time to go for this Roshan, but Hanskin, he's lurking up to the north. He wants to be able to have a repeat. He wants a reprisal from before. A Fissure goes out. Shiva, blink in, Echo Slam out, but Roshan's not quite low enough. They can't finish it up. S4 is going to jump in, try and do the finishing blow here with Limp going out. The fear, it took him out of the Roshan pit. A blink in, he grabs the Aegis. Limp, he gets it. Thief in the night once again. He snatches it away, and now he's going to try and get out, but he turns and fights. He has no mana, so he's fine with dying here. He needs that refresh. Nico, baby, he'll look to be able to jump in as well, helping out his ally in this fight, but now he's out of mana. Direk is going to stay on top of him. Nico, baby, has no way out, and Limp, he's going to be chased down by the Anti-Mage as well. Spore is fierced away. Direk's not going to be able to chase him. He has no idea where that Queen of Pain went, but they don't need to know. What they know is where the Dire base is. We're 4 dead on the side of Alliance. This is an opportunity to do some serious damage in those objectives, and maybe even go for Throne. We'll see.
Whoever seems to claim the Aegis loses the fight right after. Because you saw them hard commit to that on Alliance, but it was way too costly. And this Anti-Mage hurts now. He's got a full Scotty.
And he's tanky, too.
Yeah, you saw that the Ember Spirit, he gets bashed once, loses all his mana. Doesn't matter that he has Lincolns. He dies in 2 seconds. And the first team to get Rax is actually going to be Alliance. They decided to go all in for that Roche play. And Team Spirit just outfought them there. They weren't really able to focus down anyone, and they got outlasted.
Back from Nico, baby. They're going to try and catch him with a Fissure here. Hanskin hit the enchant.
But they don't have Echo.
A nice Rolling Thunder, and that's chaining up Nico, baby. He's just
dead. His buyback
3 times in a row, and Immersion makes the big boy play to finish off this game potentially, as they now get the follow-up stun on his Zibe as well. One more stun would do the trick here, but Limp has pushed back the Anti-Mage. Now has to blink himself away to home base, but he's not going to make it. Derek stays on top of him, and he's dead now. Buyback from him. But they know that Ember Spirit is dead for 1.5 minutes. Good time to clean up these barracks. There's still that tier 2 in the top lane.
And Dazzle's coming here.
If they want to end this game, they're going to have to go for the tier 4s.
I think they still have time to get Megas. Like, they can go all the way top because there's a creep wave there. Zibe, if anything, should just push that lane out.
But Team Spirit, they say, we're right here. We're not going to run all the way to that top lane. Let's just go for the 4s. Let's just go for the Ancient.
They only have 1 buyback, and it's on Nature's Prophet, who's their 5 position. And they've got to make a play here. There's 2 siege wagons.
Zibe's like trying to cut the creep wave, but there's more than enough creeps inside the base right now. Tier 4s, they're both down. They need Zibe to be able to come into this one because he's the only one who have buyback here. Limp, he's been jumped on. The mana, he's almost out. He's going to be able to get a blink away, but Derek tries to chase him down as long as Urgon. Actually, Derek's just going for the Ancient at this point. He says, I push him back to the fountain, and that's good enough. A Rolling Thunder nails both of them. A beautiful setup with a Mana Void. Blink back, a repeat for him, interrupting the Enchant Totem combination as well. And Alliance have been taken out in this game 1. They held the lead for a solid 35 minutes, but in the end, were not able to close it out.